A lot can happen on a regular beach visit, especially if you got a camera. From incredible sightings, humans rescuing animals, and the supernatural abilities of sea creatures, there is a lot to see when you visit a beach. In this clip, we explore 20 beach moments no one would have believed if they weren't filmed. Number 20. Shark birthing babies. This fisherman was excited that his efforts were rewarded with great success after he managed to catch a pretty good catch. He was already dissecting it to extract some omega-3 when he saw something fascinating. The animal was pregnant and already due for delivery before he had captured it. When he cut open one part of the shark's belly, the fingerlings gushed out as if to say they were free at last. Although they felt pity for the poor mother, it didn't stop him from cutting its belly open. However, he did spare her babies and threw them back into the water. Hopefully they survive till adulthood and don't end up like their mother. Number 19. Man rescues baby dolphin. Like other intelligent animals, dolphins are protective of their own. If the mother dolphin senses that they are too close to her cub or planning something stupid, she knows the best way to get rid of you. This fisherman understood the risks of playing with a baby when the mother might be lurking by. Regardless, he showed bravery and helped the stranded dolphin. The baby was tangled in a net and struggled for her life when the man saw her. He took her out of the water and carefully disentangled the net. The animal remained still until he was done. He tossed her back into the water after freeing her and bade her goodbye. One can only hope that this dolphin would be grateful for that act. Number 18. Dog protects a girl. Taking kids to a beach is not advisable because they could be too playful with the waves. Sometimes the waves are too sudden to prepare for them. Even if these children could swim, they may not withstand the force the water comes with. Even if you must go with a child, ensure they're accompanied by a dog, at least a smart one. You can see how the dog in this clip is deliberate about the child's well-being. He sees her getting too close to the waves and is doing everything to dissuade her from entering the water. The child doesn't get it, but enjoys playing with the dog regardless. Number 17. Duck saves the day. You might think ducks don't do much, but do other animals think of them the same way too? Apparently penguins respect them so much that they're best friends. When this Caracas came poking this baby penguin, it didn't know the prey had a best friend lurking by. It didn't take the ducks up to a second to appear at the scene and scatter the evil plans. The Caracas ran to safety while they rescued their friends and continued their lives as if nothing had happened. Number 16. Beachgoers rescue shark. Who would have thought that the great white shark, one of the greatest predators of all time, would need human help? The animal was chasing seagulls when it landed on the shore and couldn't return to the water. Struggled for some minutes before giving up. When a beachgoer saw it lying helpless on the sand, she called others to help her find a solution. They poured water on it to check if it was still breathing. After splashing water on the giant male shark, it started to regain consciousness slowly but surely. They tied a rope to its tail and the other end to a boat and dragged it into the water before releasing it. Not only did they come to have fun, but they also saved a life in the process. Number 15. Giant squid attacks surfer. This surfer probably has many years of experience surfing in waters across the globe, so he didn't flinch when the giant squid visited. The animal was swimming on the water's surface before crawling on his board. You'd have thought he would scream in fear or dive into the water, running for his life. But he remained calm and gently pushed the animal back into the water. He'd studied sea creatures so much that he knew the animal was about to die. Giant squid swim near to the water's surface when they're about to pass away, and at that point they're pretty harmless and want to pass out peacefully. Number 14. Friends save a whale. Whales often wash ashore to the ocean's surface for many reasons. Regardless of how they got there, they needed help to return home. A group of friends was at the beach when they saw a whale washed up. The boys noticed it was too weak to swim back into the ocean, so they made conscious efforts to take it home. It took them 3 hours to finally get the whale back into the water. After pushing it, the waves tossed the weak animal back to the shore. The boys didn't give up and finally did persist until the whale got back in permanently. Number 13. Oarfish washed ashore. Most of what we know about the oarfish comes from fossil remains or bodies washed ashore. It's then safe to say we want to see more of these. This elusive creature washed off the shores of Albay to the dismay of scientists. It measured 14 meters long and weighed 50 kilograms. The animal shocked locals with its appearance, as they hadn't seen a thing like it before. Unfortunately, it had bruises around its mouth, suggesting it may have been involved in a fight. Scientists are unsure what may have led to its death, as well as who the culprit is. Number 12. Shark and croc. Sharks are giant sea predators. Crocodiles are predators on both sea and land. Depending on their mood, this boat passing by the Prince River in Australia had a regular sail when it captured 2 predators in a stiff contest. The croc saw the shark passing by and thought to grab a quick meal. The latter wouldn't give up without a fight, so it struggled to let go. You'd think this battle would linger for longer, but really it didn't. Sooner than expected, the croc swam away with the shark between its teeth and the water calmer. You can guess the shark had no choice but to succumb to the animal with a greater bite force. Number 11. The corpse of dead octopi. Who'd have thought that a time would come when one could have octopuses so quickly? These animals don't pass for regular sea creatures. Still, these seagoers in Portugal thought differently after seeing thousands of them washed ashore. The helpless remains were so much that the visitors invited the authorities to see things for themselves. While some say chemical contamination was the cause of the mass death, others speculated that a disease was ravaging the species. Regardless of what it was, these creatures didn't deserve to die in that manner. Number 10. Whale attacks seal. You thought that whales would be merciful to smaller sea animals, considering the love humans showed their comrades in the other video? Well, not even close, kiddo. Orcas feed on smaller animals on the reg and also torture them sometime, with seals being a favorite of theirs. They need them to fulfill their daily nutritional requirement. After some hours of sunbathing, this seal walks back to the water to have a refreshing time. Unfortunately, the whale had sighted her from afar and laid siege at the entrance of the water. Just as the poor animal set foot on it, it landed in the whale's mouth. Number 9. Mysterious manatees. Manatees are fun animals to play with. Despite their size, they don't harm humans, unlike many other sea creatures that are aggressive at first sight. Their calm and playful disposition explains why they're called ocean puppies. This young girl was swimming in a river in Florida when this manatee decided to join her. She remained calm, knowing the animal wasn't out to hurt her. However, she was shocked because she wasn't expecting a partner. If someone didn't film this moment, you'd probably think the child was making the story up. Number 8. Blue crabs marching on the beach. You didn't know about blue crabs and their operation on beaches, you'd probably think this is moving sand. Blue crabs are known to dig holes in the sand and bury themselves afterward to protect themselves from prying birds. This movement occurs in a group comprising thousands of them. It's really hard to decipher why this massive migration happens. While burying themselves in sand holes benefits the crabs, it's a nuisance to beachgoers who might suffer their sharp pinch. Number 7. Removing the fishhook. You've been thinking of the best way to save the world, you might just visit a beach because you could find a stranded animal. Animals often get in trouble with humans or other animals, and when that happens, they depend on us for assistance. This mother turtle had finished laying eggs by the seashore and couldn't return home because something was stuck in her mouth. The visitors noticed the animal's unusual silence and moved to help her. They opened her mouth and realized a fishhook was attached there. The group helped take it out and freed the animal from unprecedented pain. She then bade them farewell as she crawled back into the water, relieved. Number 6. Sea snails eating jellyfish. Sea predators sometimes end up being prey to weaker animals. This isn't because the vulnerable animals suddenly became powerful and defeated them in battle, but because nature was God to them. These sea snails munching on this jellyfish wouldn't have imagined a time when it would be helpless and not hurt them for encroaching on its space. This incident was filmed on a South African beach and captured the heartbreaking moment sea snails were munching on the dead jellyfish. Unlike snails, their movement was fast as they tried to finish the meal quickly before the animal changed its mind. Number 5. Mischievous octopus. I wouldn't know what this diver did to this octopus to deserve this treatment, but it happened anyways. Both friends wore lovely costumes and dived into the water for a quick exploration. After one friend came out, he waited for his partner in the boat, not knowing he was battling with a stubborn octopus in the sea. He managed to swim to the boat, but the animal held onto his back in a tight hug. Efforts to force it back into the water proved abortive as its grip was too tight. After 3 minutes of forcefully dragging its tentacles off his back, he did succeed and tossed the octopus back into the water. Number 4. Walking clams. Bet you haven't seen a walking clam before. These jelly-like creatures are stuck in their shell with no chance to escape. These creatures have a false foot that also helps them move around. While it's used for digging, it also helps them walk by hopping on the seashore one step at a time. If you enjoy picking seashells, watch out for them because they might use this foot on you. On to our unknown topic. Some people are so deliberate about taking videos that they capture a newsworthy story without knowing. Number 3. Humpback whales and orcas. Humpback whales are tough sea animals, but they may not defeat orcas in a fight since the latter's bite force is 3 times higher than a saltwater croc. A beachgoer captured the moment these sea predators were engaged in a fierce battle for an unknown reason. Internet users speculate the humpback whales may have been confronting orcas for killing sea lions. Better still, they may have caught an orca with a sea lion and moved to rescue it. Of course, the killer whale would not let things slide so easily. We didn't see the end of the video, but if you're to guess who would win, who are you voting for? Number 2. Croc suddenly appears. The Verona National Natural Park in Colombia welcomes visitors globally. While it boasts of nature in its purest form, it also welcomes land-dwelling crocodiles that suddenly appear at the beach. While locals claim these crocs are not aggressive, you can't take their word for it, as visitors flee at the sight of the crocs. You wouldn't want to experiment with your life to ascertain how dangerous these creatures are. Considering the number of deaths associated with saltwater crocodiles yearly, no one ought to believe those who say that the crocodiles in this national park are friendly. If you ever visit this beach, be on the lookout for them, as they may be far from harmless. Number 1. Gray whales and surfers. When this group of surfers wanted to have the time of their lives by surfing on the sea, they didn't know a gray whale had more plans. Mother whale feared for her baby and thought the team was coming for her. The men paused in the water out of fear, although they remained calm. The gray whale flopped her tail in the water with her child beside her, probably to warn the men about the dangers of meddling. Apparently the gray whale is not interested in their sport, but wants to protect her baby at all costs. They can surf all the way they want, but not come close to her baby. Hope they got the message and took another route, because surfing in that direction seemed like confronting the whale. See you all next time.